This is After Effects Apprentice, Lesson 5, Composition 8. We've got Wiggly Starter. If we take a look at this comp, first thing you'll notice is that the video footage, which is NTSC video, has some interlaced combing going on. So the first thing we have to do is make that go away, that file. So we've got two layers. We've got our penguin text, and we've got our video file. And so the video file is what we need to fix. And we'll scroll down the sources, and I'm going to right click this, or you can use control click, and I'm going to interpret footage, main, and here in fields and pull down, I'm going to set this field to lower field first, and that will make the combing go away. This is something that doesn't exist in HD footage, so if you're using that, you'll never encounter this problem. Now we are going to animate our text. First thing we're going to do is animate fill color hue. And if we grab the panel and scrub through the different degrees in a 360 rotation, you'll see that different colors pop up. So now let's randomize that by adding selector wiggly. And if I do that, you'll see that it will randomly rotate different colors for each character. Next thing that we want to do is add property position, and we are going to have it change 50 pixels on the vertical, and because of the wiggly, it's going to then move it 50 pixels up and 50 pixels down in a random way. Now we're going to rotate it randomly slightly, 15 degrees, and now it is going to rotate left and right 15 degrees in that wiggly parameter. Okay, so let's twirl down the wiggly selector and look at some of the useful options that are on it. Correlation is one, and this is determines how the text relates to each other. So if we set it at 0%, it has no correlation at all. And if we set it at 100%, it is completely coordinated. Okay, so we will, for our purposes, we'll set it at 80. And now the wiggles per second, let's set that at 0. And nothing's happening. So we'll go back to 2. So now what we want to do is we want the text to settle down when the hero of our show enters, which is this little penguin who's looking at us right now. And when he kind of comes here and settles down, that's when we're going to want the text to stop. And the way we'll do that is we are going to keyframe max and min amount. So at the beginning of the comp, we'll leave it set at the defaults. And when he comes in there, we will set each of these parameters to 0. Let's take a look at that. Alright. So the timing is pretty good there. It settles down right as he comes in. If you wanted to move it a little sooner, all you have to do is grab the keyframes and slide them down. Okay, and so now what we want to do is that we want to export this text as its own file with its own alpha channel. So we're going to start by blinking out our video, and I'm going to show you our alpha file, alpha channel. And so we are going to composition, make movie. We will call it wiggly text, and we will save it to the desktop. Now in the output module, what we want to do is we want it to be a QuickTime file. And the only QuickTime file that stores an alpha channel is animation. So that is the one that we want to use. Animation is cool because it's a very quick render, but it's a huge file. It will come out in the gigabytes, and you'll be unable to output that to up to the D2L because it's just too big. So ultimately, when we're done, we'll make it much smaller than that, and I'll show you how. Rgb Alpha is what we want to pick here. We want our color to be straight and unmatted. When you pick Rgb Alpha, you'll see that it comes with million colors plus. The plus means alpha channel. And our post-render action, we want it to import it back into our project. So we will click OK, and we will render it. And it now has brought it back into our project. We'll go back to our Wiggly Starter. I'm going to blink out our original text and bring back our video footage so that when we drag our alpha channel animation, there it is, behaving just the way it should. Okay. So now we're going to add some music to our project, which happens to be this Playhouse AIF, and we'll take a look at the waveform, and let's preview the song. Alright, and so right here where the flute starts, that's an important moment for us. So on the keypad, I'm going to hit the asterisk to make a mark, and I want to go back to our keyframe text, because this is the other important moment when our little feller settles down. So on our video, I will make an asterisk on that as well. And what we want to do is slide these down so that they match. And because we don't have as much video, we're going to need to bring our render bar to here. Okay, and then we don't want to have this little bit of music at the end, and so let's go ahead and keyframe a fade out before that last music hit happens. And we'll scrub down to -48 to get a slide it right a little. Alright, that sounds better. Okay, and now we will render that. Now, this has music in it, so make sure. We'll call it, remember every comp, your name, Wiggly, complete. And we will pick H.264 so that it'll be easier to post on D2L. Also make sure that you click audio output and render, and that's what you need to do for this comp.